Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit episode 14? Yeah, episode 14. In the last episode, Maiko's innocence totally ruined. I mean, the first two weren't our fault. The third one was Takahiro's fault. Should learn the knock. And we also made our very first choice in the game, and yeah. Don't worry, I will romance Narumi after that. But then again, you could vote on who you want me to romance after Machiko, but I'll only do accept comments in the final episode of this, if this is a romance type thing. But the way the choice went, I'm assuming it is. Oh well, yeah, it has mentioned twit. Well. The girls asked me to meet them on the outskirts of the village, so I wandered ahead of them. Barely 10 minutes went by before they arrived, wearing their usual clothes. I had to admit, I was a little disappointed. I had hoped to see them in their fancy clothing. This would be the first time we've interacted with the village as a whole. I figured it would be a prudent idea to make a positive first impression, not a weird one. True. I'm sure you two will be fine. The past week has really helped the village a lot in realizing not all spirits are troublemakers. Oni-sama, look! It's so pretty! All those lights! It was stunning to see the village like this. The villagers had really gone all out, making the whole place glow. The flickering candle light dancing in the light evening breeze. It is a beautiful sight to behold. Thank you for allowing us to see it, Takakun. Without you, I doubt we would have been allowed anywhere near the village on this night, let alone inside the festival itself. It actually reminds me a little of the festivals in my world, so I guess in a way I'm able to show you a little bit of my world to both of you tonight. I smiled cheerfully while thinking back about my own city. Despite the different era and likely even world, I could easily place a connection between this festival and the days the city was filled with all sorts of decorations and people could visit various spots in the city to play games. It actually made me feel a bit homesick. Takani, is something wrong? Oh, no, there's nothing wrong, Maiko-chan. I was simply thinking about my world. Let's not dwell on unhappy things, shall we? Look over there. That's a rather fun game, I know. I bet I'll be able to beat you in it any day. Want me to explain the rules to the fair maidens in my company? I'm sure we would love to play along with you, Takakun. Please tell us how. At my suggestion, the three of us made our way to one of the festival stalls where a makeshift river was built in front of it. Tiny goldfishes were eagerly swimming back and forth in the thing that might have resembled a fish tank from my world. The rules are pretty simple. You'll be given a small ball and a little paper net, which we call a poi in my world. You've got to use the net to scoop the fishes out of the water. However, the tricky thing is that the net is really fragile, so if you're not careful, it will break. The one who captures the most out of us three is the winner. Before I forget, you're usually allowed to take home one of the fishes you catch. Ah, Oni-sama, fishes! Haha, yes, you can keep one if you win one. I would love to watch you two play, Takakun, but I feel that this is not a game for me. Here, the elder was kind enough to give me a small amount of money for my work here this past week. Enjoy yourselves. She's leaving us? Oh yeah, she's watching us. I mean, that sounded like she was going somewhere else then. I was like, what? May the best fisher win. I'm going to catch a fishy. I couldn't help but grin at Maiko's change of demeanour. When she was told that she was allowed to keep a fish if she caught one, the girl's excitement got the best of her. Oh god. After several vigorous scoops with the poi, the little scoop tore apart, ending Maiko's game without a single fish caught. The dejected dejected expression on the girl's face made me feel sorry for her, and instead I moved behind her, gently pressing my own poi onto her hand while I rested my hands on top of her own. Let's work together to catch one, Maeko-chan. Just follow my motions. Just follow my motions. It's a game that requires you to be patient. First, you've got to get the whole thing wet. If it's only partly wet, it'll rip in no time at all. Let the poi flow along the water. Don't let it struggle against it. Hold it at an angle and wait. When a fish gets close, scoop it up from from the head, trying to avoid the tail, as that could also break the net. Then you just slip it into the bowl. I showed her the best way to scoop and moved back, watching her focus intently upon the water. She did not move for almost a minute until she suddenly twitched her arm and made a little squeak. There was a small splash and a faint rip of paper. Yes, 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 I got one. Thank you so much, Takani. I caught a goldfish. Excellent work. Now you'll have a goldfish to keep at the mansion. Take good care of it. I get a funny feeling she's going to eat it. The store owner bagged up the fish from Maeko in a special water-filled bag, and I gently petted the girl's head while I walked back to Machiko. The girl seemed to be focused rather intently on some masks that resembled all sorts of traditional yokai in my world, making me feel curious what she was thinking about. Oni Samurai got a fishy, isn't it cute? Oh, well done, Chibiko. It is absolutely adorable. Takakun, I'm a little curious about these masks. You want to buy one, Machiko-chan? I got some money myself from the time I helped the guards. I'm more curious as to their purpose. The store owner seemed to be evading the answer when I asked him. Well, in my world, they are said to ward off evil spirits. Perhaps he believes they do the same? Well then, I would most certainly like one. If nothing else, it would go a long way to prove that I am most certainly not an evil spirit. I think the villagers are convinced of that already. No way can two pretty kitsune be evil spirits. I would still like a mask though, for reasons. Okay, so I want to wear one of the pretty masks. I got a little jealous that Maeko got to do something fun. Then I should pick a mask for you. The kitsune nodded her head, pouting a little, trying to indicate that she didn't really care, when in reality I knew that she wanted me to pick one for her. Well, if you must. Oh god. I eagerly started to look through the masks, trying to think of what masks to pick for her. There were cute ones, intimidating ones, and downright weird types I had never seen before. In the end, I picked one of the cute masks. I wasn't sure what type of yokai it was because the masks seemed to be representing something else than yokai, making me wonder if they were in fact modeled after something else. Oh god, I get a funny feeling that this is going to go badly, but keep on trucking. Look, Machiko-chan, isn't it cute? I held the mask before her. It kind of looked like the face of a feline creature, and the mental picture I had of Machiko putting it on, her fox ears poking out from on top of the cat mask, made me on the verge of getting stuck in a laughing fit. It is very, nice. Thank you, Takakun. I will treasure it always. Oh, she doesn't like it. Put it on. Show us that you're not an evil spirit. Here, I may need a little assistance getting over my ears. No, it's perfect like that. It combines the charms of the kitsune and the feline grace of the, I guess it's a Nekomata. I was starting to snigger when suddenly the sound of rushed footsteps went into our direction. Takahiro-kun, there's trouble. Oh god, this choice is gonna have consequences. The moment I turned toward the voice, I saw the village elder rushing to our side, seemingly in a panic while I started to notice something. The festival has suddenly become eerily quiet. The wild spirit is back, and she brought her companions. Oh, what? Oni-sama? Wait, you're saying they're here at the festival? Oh, I knew they would attack. Yes, they seemed agitated about something. Agitated? Sakura, what has she done now? But you have to hurry. Tezuka-donna and Narumi-chan are about to fight them, but without your aid they will surely be bested by their superior numbers. I need more time to prepare a spell, Oni-sama. I don't know if I can do it right away. Do not worry, Maeko-chan. I'm sure we'll think of something. Maeko, I got an idea. Well, I'm going to need your help for it. For now, let's rush to their location. Where are they, elder son? Near the bonfire at the center of the festival grounds. Nodding my head at the kitsune, the three of us rushed into the direction the elder had mentioned, hoping we'd arrive in time. It wasn't long before we reached the center of the town. As luck would have it, we arrived just as the other two girls were getting there. Thank God for that. In the center, the bonfire had been put out, and climbing up the support structure were four curious shapes. One of them I recognized as the slime girl, Sakura, but the other three I had not seen before. What's going on? Why did you come to ruin the festival? They're all slime girls. Oh God, I have a funny feeling that there's someone's soul. You're the meanie pants from before. Ah, so he's the meanie human who made Machiko-chan and Maeko-chan betray us. Well, it's the villagers' their own fault. It's the villagers' own fault, there we are. That's right. Those wicked humans didn't invite us to their party. That was really mean of them. We betrayed no one. You four are the ones causing all the trouble. We are simply trying to get along with the humans, to work together. All you ever do is cause trouble and perform selfish acts. You were not invited because you could not be trusted. You have ruined our bonfire, terrorized the villagers, and upset proceedings. All because you felt you were snubbed. Yeah, all because of your own actions. You have no one to blame for your exclusion but yourselves. Ah, it's the monkey girl with the sharp stick. It's the slime girl with the stupid face. That could have been better, but I applaud your effort. Nice work, Miyo-chan. Maeko-chan, do you remember the spell we spotted the other day while you were showing me your books? I think so. The one and the other one that were like the one I did before? It is worrying that I know exactly what that girl is referring to. Do you think you can do both of them? I know it's asking a lot of you, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. Yeah, go Maeko-chan. Oh, the ruby! Do you really think I would fall for the same thing again? Ha! Sisters, we should show them why we are a foursome, and we are a foursome undefeated. We as a foursome are undefeated. Oh God, that was my fault then. Do apologise. As the sisters surged towards us, Maeko unleashed her first spell. A glowing light billowed up from her hands and shot forwards. The spell struck the yellow girl's head on. The yellow girl head on? There wasn't a yellow one, was there? But seemed to have no negative impact to her. As they got in close, Sakura shifted to the front, and the twin blades of Narumi and Miyo struck, slicing through her vicious body without any effort. I had to duck to one side as a large ball of pink slime shot towards me, and I barged into one of the other slime girls. Curiously, my body did not enter hers, and she had quite some mass on her. To her. See, there is no yellow one. Ha! Magic cannot hurt us. Tsuzuki. Physical attacks cannot hurt me. We are completely undefeatable. Surrender your village to us, and we might just let you all keep living here as our toys. This is bad. Maybe not. Maeko, use the other spell, the second one. The woman nodded and began to cast, stepping in front of Machiko, who seemed to be preparing something with her staff. It was strange. I did not recall seeing that staff around, and she usually did not carry it with her, but she had access to it now. But it won't work. It'll just... Trust me, Maeko-chan. I wouldn't ask you to do anything pointless, would I? Yeah, I get the funny feeling that those 3 slime girls are off Sakura's body. Might be wrong. As Sakura kept the 2 guards busy, the 2 other slime girls began taunting us and throwing discarded fruit. The yellow one stood... What yellow one? There's only a green and blue... Oh god, the yellow one stood up, prepared to take the blast from the magical attack. Ah! I yelled out loudly, performing a long leap to get close to her. I slammed into her at full speed, knocking her over as I had thought would happen. There we are. The girl let out a shocked yelp and the spell soared past, hitting Sakura in the back. A high-pitched scream escaped from the pink slime girl while she looked at us with a look of anger. That hurts! How did you do that, Takumi? Yeah, how did you push her over? Our blades are doing nothing. It's as she said. She's the one who's immune to physical attacks. The others can be hit and cut as normal. And that is absolutely perfect for what I've got right here. Special presents from the guardian of the shrine himself. Takakun, Narutan, Miyo-san, hold them tight. As one, we nodded and charged towards the 3 other slimes. Yes, I was right. The reason why Sakura is being hurt through them is because they are her herself. I hope, at least. Maeko had Sakura in the grasp of her spell, and the pink girl could barely move thanks to her power. The slime girl had clearly not been expecting this sort of a comeback, and with barely any fight, we each had the girls in the hold, similar to the one I had used on Miyo a little while ago. Oh my. I hope you girls aren't claustrophobic. It's going to get a little tight. One by one, Machiko brought a glass jar to each of the slimes. She opened it and pressed it to their stomachs. The jars seemed to pull at them, slowly drawing them down into the jars, trapping what appeared to be a tiny version of each of the girls within each jar. She pushed the lids back onto each one and displayed them proudly to cheers from the townspeople around us. Well, that was easy. Thank goodness you were around, Machiko-san, and you, Maeko-chan. We owe you a great debt of gratitude. No, my sisters! Why did you do that to them? Why are you so intent on ruling over our fun? Ruining all our fun. Sakura, take a moment to look around you. Look at the destruction. Look at the damage. How could this possibly be fun? Terrorizing people, scaring them, and destroying what they worked for. How would you feel if they came to your home, stole your food and drinks, and wrecked the place? I never really thought about it like that. We just wanted to play with the humans like you do. Yeah, her head hurts. The spell seemed to dissipate from the woman as Maeko collapsed to one side. Thankfully, I had been anticipating this and caught her in my arms with ease. The 3 of us looked to Sakura, who was slowly standing up. And you can. You and your sisters can play with us. Oh, I was wrong. You just need to be careful. Maeko and I are proof that humans and spirits can get along. But what about my sisters? They're fine. The jars are a temporary holding dimension. Tsuri designed them to hold things far larger than your sisters. Sakura, if you are truly repentant, then I, as head of the village guard, am authorized to allow your release. However, before I do, I need you to swear an oath. Do you swear that you and your sisters will not cause problems in this village, that you will work towards helping us and protecting us, In return, we are prepared to offer you access to our supplies, and as you put it, we will play with you. What she is saying in simple terms, you are welcome in the village as long as you and your sisters behave like good girls. Yes, I swear, we'll be good. Please release my sisters. I promise we will all be good. Ah, I just missed the interesting confrontation. How did it go, Machi-tan? Are my jam bottles filled? Oh my, Tsuri. Hearing the playful tone of a certain spirit, the group turned toward one of the carts where Tsuri was seated, swaying her legs back and forth while looking at the crowd. I do not know if you are joking, Tsuri-sama, but if you intended to simply keep them, I cannot allow that. They are honorary citizens of this village, and as such, under my protection. How fascinating to think that the huffy, uptight Miyo-chan would try to defend those troublemakers. You do realize you're talking to the guardian deity of your village, right? ... I'm standing by her side too. I'm not going to just sit by and let an oath be broken. The girls of this village grown into quite some brave ladies. You must be proud, Hayakun. A scoff came from behind the caverns as the village elder revealed himself, a smile on his lips. It seems they handled the matter perfectly without your aid, Tsuri-sama. Machi-tan, you just need to pull the plug off the jar to release them. However, make sure to keep holding the staff I gave you tightly, because it's the only means for you to channel the necessary magic. They can't all be prodigies at magic like Maeko-chan. The fox girl nodded, and with the help of Narumi, began to set free the other slime girls. As they began their task, the guardian walked across to me, a frown upon her face. I neglected to tell you an important matter, Takahiro-kun. The gateway into your world has opened, and will be closing again within a matter of moments. Unfortunately, if you wish to return to your world, you must leave now. But there's no time for farewells, Takahiro. Leave now, without your farewells, or remain here in this village. Hey, where'd Taka-kun go? And Tsuri? What? I don't know. Perhaps he is resting with Hayata-sama? Nah, maybe he's going to go win me a prize. Or get some food? I'm still a bit peckish. Oh God, please don't end. Please continue. Recalling the promise I had made, I turned my back at the girls that had gathered around the released slime girls and followed her as she picked her way through the streets and into the woods. It was unfortunately that I couldn't say my farewells, but I had a mission to accomplish. It's a harsh decision to make. However, I doubt that this is the last we hear from you, Takahiro. The spirit smiled briefly at me while her hands briefly pressed against my shoulder, a light shove pushing me backwards. What was that for? Slightly startled as I felt a sudden dizziness overcome me, the last thing I could hear was the spirit's voice whispering in an amused tone. Good luck, you're going to need it. Before I had the chance to say anything else, I felt my body getting heavy. Oh no, I don't want to leave them! My vision blurred, and soon it was consumed entirely by darkness. 2 months and a half later! ... Oh! A soft sigh escaped my lips as I wandered along the familiar path leading toward the shrine I subconsciously came to call Tsuri's shrine. It had been around 2 months now since that fatal judo tournament I had to participate in. Fateful, I said fatal. Honestly, it was amazing. Thanks to Narumi and Miyo's training, I was able to push my way into the finals and ended up being the champion. So why haven't we returned? However, it didn't quite go to plan. I was kind of embarrassed by it all, but I declined the proposal for me to start playing on an international level. and when I announced that the reason I decided was because of my promise to a girl, it reached the newspapers all over the country. Rising Judo Star then ends career for the sake of true love. It was just one of the many silly headlines that they had written, and yet it was the truth. I had declined because of the promise I had made to Maeko that day. That I would return to everyone after I finished my match. But perhaps I had been too naive, thinking I would just be that easy. For 2 months now, I have been visiting the shrine every day, praying and calling out for Tsuri, but my calls have been left unanswered. Of course, knowing her, she's likely laughing her rear off at me standing here shouting like a hawker. Oh my! Can't be ending, surely to God. I smiled weakly as I looked around the area, recalling how familiar it looked to the place I visited alongside the Kitsune. Speaking about the girls, while the Kitsune mansion had disappeared, it looked like the name of my city had an interesting connection to the other world. It was said many generations ago the city was still a small town that was saved from a group of malicious friends. I assumed bandits, but in the end they named this city Tsuki no Toshi. A city named after a certain Tsunda? Ah, it couldn't be more coincidence, could it? Ah well, guess I'll visit again tomorrow. Akane. I could have sworn I just heard something when a wind breeze started to rustle through. Was that Maeko? The trees, and the moment I turned away from the shrine circle of unfamiliar symbols started to form beneath me. I turned away from the shrine, a circle of unfamiliar symbols started to form beneath me. Wait, Tsuri? What happened to the old methods? Of course, before I could get a response, the circle lit up, and I felt myself literally falling through the ground. Rather, there was a lack of any surface beneath me. I felt like I was being pulled through a tunnel of sorts, a dark tunnel that went on for several moments before a light came into view and... Watch out! I could only let out a short shout as a warning before I found myself dropping out of the air right on top of the two girls standing beneath me, causing the three of us to topple onto the grass with a loud thud. I heard grumbling from the two I had landed on and opened my eyes. Oh my. Ow, that really hurt. See, this is what happens when you try to cast magic beyond your capabilities, Maeko-chan. You need to give up this hunt. You need to give up. This hunt is going to be the death of you. I'm not going to give up. Takane made a promise. I made a promise. We'd keep trying to find ways of getting back to one another. So no, I'm never ever going to stop. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely gobsmacked, stunned beyond the ability to speak. Machiko, Maeko, it was then, here, on top of me, arguing with one another. It was too good to be true. The sight is glorious. You are a fool, Maeko. Even Miyo-san has given up on the hunt. You know what Tsuri said. That sort of thing can only happen when the forest itself needs it to. It takes more than just one person to do what you're trying to do. Tsuri-chan's only saying that because she's a big stupid meanie pants face. She's lying. You're all lying. I can get him back. I will. We made a promise. Maeko, I miss him too. Really. He left a hole in all of our hearts, which you will just need to let time heal. I'm so sorry that you have to go through all this, but you must believe me. It'll get better in time. Hello? You're on top of me, I think. How about getting better right now? Hello, ladies. It's kind of to talk about me like I died. Takakun! Takane, it worked. I knew it would work. It worked. Takakun, it's so magnificent to see you again. I'm so happy to... The girls mumbled into incoherency as she began sobbing in front of me. Maeko having been sobbing ever since she saw me, I smiled lightly, still rather sore from the impact, and brushed both of them on the hair gently. Hey, did you two really miss me that much? Yes! Your disappearance was the cause of some concern. Tsuri told us that you had to take a choice, and, well, we understand why you did. Did you win your tournament? Of course I did. It was thanks to everyone's help that I was able to become the champion. Hey, I think it fell down here. I think I can see Chi-chan. Hey, Chi-chan, is everything alright over there? Machiko opened her mouth to call out when Maeko leapt to her feet and took a deep breath. He's back! What? No kidding, I want to see. There came a loud clambering and rustling from the shrubs nearby. The sound of two girls pushing through the bushes at speed. The two girls rushed into the clearing, gasping loudly. Oh wow, you really are back! Oh god, I'm gonna say it. Baka. How could you just leave us without even saying goodbye? Oh. Miyo, he had to choose. He had to... I know that. I just never got to say goodbye. Is that all? Oh jeez, you're such a tsunda. Well, at least I'm not... Oh, I don't care. He's back! Heh, it's great to see you again. Now let me lick the chocolate off your body. I'm sorry. Takakun, I bet you did well in your tournament. Is my rival going to be a champion next time we spar? And so it went on. The girls kept talking and talking to me, and I'll be honest, it washed over me a little. I was just so happy to be with them all again. It didn't matter what was occurring. While the girls were happily conversing with each other, asking me about my time in my own world, among other things, I couldn't help but notice the presence of one particular spirit. Standing a small distance away from the group, Tsuri was looking at us with a gentle smile upon her lips. I guess I won this bet. What? I wasn't sure if she was talking to someone in particular, but for a moment I could see her gaze drifting towards me, and the words that left her lips seemingly carried a lot more importance than simple words. It seems you aren't yet done with your grand adventure, Takakun. I look forward to seeing what other forms of amusement you supply me with. What games are those? We shall see, dear boy. We shall see. Oh! It's ended! Well, that was amazing. It didn't go the way that I thought it would, which is fair enough. I don't really mind that. So yeah, that was Sakura Spirit, and I must admit, for the fan service that was in it, it was done masterfully. Oh wait, every great story has a humble beginning. While Gushiken Takahiro's story has begun, one can say it's only the prologue to what is yet to come. May we see you again next time. It was a cliffhanger! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next episode of Sakura Spirit. Why? Because I'm going to do the other choice and see what happens then. So this was Maeko and Machiko's version. Let's see Narumi and Miyo's version. So there isn't a romance as I thought, but still, the fan service is enough for me, and I must admit this was with the fan service. No, even though this game has fan service, the story was beautifully done. I'm sorry, it was. So yeah, not many choices. I mean, we'll admit, only one, but it was good. But I will admit that the fan service part did skyrocket it. So yeah, I will see you all On the second version, the choice that we got to make, going to warn Miyo and Narumi. And hopefully in Sakura Spirit too. Good day.